I just have one question for you. If you could get into Donald Trump's house, what is the most important thing that you could get out of that house? If you could get into Donald Trump's house, what is the most important thing that you could get out of that house? That's right. His business plan. Not plans, business plan. That one plan is going to be typical to how he runs all of his businesses. That's what people do. My point is, during 1921, the entire country was destitute. Businesses were failing. People were in the bread lines, all except for black businesses. In 1921, while all of the rest of the country was destitute and starving and in a depression, black businesses were flourishing. On June 1st, 1921, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a riot broke out. All of the businesses in the country were crashing, except for the black businesses. What were they looking for? They were looking for the business plans that those people were using to run those businesses. Now here, note that after that looting and that rampage went on, businesses in this country began to turn around. What happened? Nothing in the financial scene changed. They didn't get any smarter. The government didn't step in and do anything. Businesses began to operate under a different method, under a different ideology, a different plan, a different way of doing business. And all of those businesses turned around. I'm willing to bet you that the way businesses are being run today are the way that those black people were running their businesses at that time. And that is what they were after. When they looted those businesses, killed the owners, and took everything that they had, they were after the business plans, how those people were running those businesses successfully. That's all they were looking for. After that, businesses in this country began to turn around. Why? They didn't get any smarter. The government didn't step in and do anything. It's because they were using a different business model now. And that is the business models and plans that they stole out of those black people's businesses' homes. And I'm willing to bet you that today, the current businesses in this country are run using those same methodologies, same plans, and same ways of doing business. And that's why they're successful. And that's why they want to keep all of that quiet, keep you in check, because they know you know, and they don't want that out. But there's nothing else that could have happened. They didn't get any smarter. The government didn't step in and give them any money. They suddenly start operating their businesses in a different manner. And where did they get that idea from? Where did they get all of the ideas from? Case is closed. For now. The important thing to note here is the order in which they did that looting and killing. First, they killed, then they looted, then they burned it down. They killed, then looted, then burned it down. The burning down was to destroy all of the evidence. If you were just angry or jealous, like history is trying to say, that these people were just simply jealous of what the other people, of what the black people had accomplished, it had nothing to do with it, okay? If they were just jealous of those people, they would have killed them and burned their places down. But they didn't. They killed them and then looted those buildings and then burned them down. And what they don't mention is that it was the Ku Klux Klan who organized that. And I'll tell you now that the Ku Klux Klan, when they move on something, it has very little to do with emotion. There's a strategic plan that they have devised and implemented for reasons, for what we call purpose. And the purpose of that was to turn American businesses around by any means necessary. What better way to do that than to get methods and all of that from successful businesses? They ain't gonna tell you, so you gotta take it. And they did. And they recently did Trump. They went in his house and took all of his records out. What do you think that was for? They weren't looking for some secret documents and all of that. It's those same people wanted to know what he was doing and how he was doing what he was doing to be as successful as he was, or as successful as he is. That's all that was about. They're not going to tell you that in the news. They're not going to tell you that on TV and all of the rest of that, because this is a select group of people who are orchestrating all of this crap, and they do it all around the world. See you later. Again, if I'm still alive after posting this. Good luck to you. We're in a fight. Good luck to you. We're in a fight.